Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
This is our America's Got Talent, the Champions finale results reaction. And I mean, we have a slightly. This is the thing. It's a very bizarre, bittersweet video because it's like there's two different sides of me. There's the part of me that is giddy and elated for V.Unbeatable, who I love, and
They're amazing.
Yeah, I'm so happy for them, and especially because they finished fourth. They had like this egregious robbery that happens their first time on the show. They get redemption. They get the win.
And it was so nice for them, and they were so good.
Yeah, and there's no way in any universe I can be mad about V.Unbeatable winning because they're so deserving and so incredible.
They are.
But then I'm stuck in the same position I was this past summer, where I was happy for Cody Lee, but I was mad about V.Unbeatable getting fourth.
And here we are again with Marcelito getting fourth, which was shocking to say the least. Even with what Simon said that I feel was part of the downfall of this, it was still like, I can't even believe this.
Well, we're going to try to make sense of what happened. We'll talk a little bit about the placement of people, the various ways in which all of this went down. Who do we blame? Where do we go from here? But before we talk about anything else, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. Okay, so when we got down to the top five, we'll start with sort of narrowing the field. We had, of course, they bring up their V.Unbeatable and Hans. One of them is moving through. It's like, okay, all right, guys, let's just get on with it.
Absolutely. V.Unbeatable was going to go through.
You put up their duo Transcend with Boogie Storm. It's like the same thing.
It is.
All over again. You bring up Tyler Butler Figueroa versus Alexa. I mean, it felt pretty clear where it was going.
I don't know. I mean, it was, but it was. I mean, we both have had sort of Tyler and Alexa going back and forth as, in the middle of the pack kind of thing.
Yeah, and then we have Sandow Trio beat Silhouettes, and they're both good. I just think,
both good.
Sandow was maybe a tiny step above them. But then you get the first thing that's upsetting about this finale, among a few different things. Marcelito and Angelina Jordan, one of them's getting thrown to the wolves right here.
I'm telling you, I saw the two of them get called. They walk up on stage together, and I felt my heart drop. I have absolutely been so thrilled to have gotten to know these two singers. I love them. Both of them are so unique. They're both in their own lanes. They're doing stuff that nobody else is doing. And it was just, I hated this with every fiber of my being. I hated this.
Yeah, it was awful. It was awful seeing Angelina go that way. I mean, yeah, I was rooting for Marcelito because I had to, because that was the choice they gave me. But Angelina should have been in the top five. Like, let's make that clear.
Absolutely. There was no, come on. Who are these super fans? Because we need to have a talk. First, you're going to kick out Angelina out of the top five? Really? And then you're going to put Marcelito in number 4?
Yeah.
Now we really need to have a talk.
There are some problems going on here. I mean, this is the thing. AGT champions, they're putting me through the works because I don't want to be on here being like pointing at a kid like Tyler and being like, Tyler, you don't deserve to be in the top 5. But at the same time, it's a competition that's based on the cumulative talent of the season, right?
Absolutely. And it isn't based on his age. He is here based on his talent. Yeah. And he is talented. But to me, landing in number 3 has been kind of a bit of a shock, because that second performance when they brought out with him that singer that just made the performance not work for me, and it kind of took away from all the magic that Tyler was giving me. And you need to have performance after performance after performance raising the bar, and that just fell flat for me. So I don't understand how everyone landed where they landed, except for seeing V.Unbeatable winning. They absolutely were incredible every single time we saw them. That is not a shock to me to see that by any means.
No.
And the same when we're talking about duo Transcend. their performances better and better and better, and that's what you want to see. So when I saw Tyler in the third spot, I was just like, okay, his first performance pretty good, second performance not as good as his first performance, and his third performance was okay too, but it wasn't Sandow Trio good, or Marcelito good, or even Angelina good. Like, I don't understand it. How did Angelina not make at least the top 5? It's crazy.
I'm not trying to be cynical, but I think it is because of the story. I think that's really what it boils down to, because I think Brian King Joseph is a better violinist than Tyler is, and that's just because Brian's more experienced. He's older. He's done more, but...
And in a way that really kind of sucks for Tyler, because then it's not completely based on his talent.
No.
And it should be, because he's a talented guy, and it should be based on talent. This is a talent competition.
I feel like I haven't said enough yet, and we're 6 minutes in. It's just like, how is Marcelito in 4th? How did this happen? Okay, let's try to go through it. If these super fans are really super fans, they should know by now not to listen to the judges and their nonsense. So
that's what I think happened.
I think we can blame Simon Cowell at least for some of it. But I will also say this, that I feel like if the superfans had voted differently and Simon had still said that, they probably wouldn't have put it on the show, because they wouldn't have wanted to sort of be like, well, why did Marcelito win if Simon said this negative thing about them? I think the superfans were influenced, but I still put the blame on them, because they're casting the votes. They got to know to tune out the noise.
They are, but I think as a super fan, if you're a super fan of this show, then you are probably also a super fan of Simon. This show is married to Simon. It just is what it is. And I think he's had such an influence over the show, over the competition, over the years, that I think it's hard for them to tune out that noise. And that stinks, because Marcelito's performance of Beauty and the Beast should not have landed him in the top 4. I'm sorry. And what Simon said, I think, absolutely influenced some of the superfans to put him in 4th. And going forward, if they bring this show back, and we will have a link below of what we think some changes should be. One of them needs to be that we need to know who the superfans are and how they're voting. Just something like, what is the method behind the madness here? How did Marcelito end up in this position? I'd like to know. Who's going to tell me?
No one is going to tell you. That is the reality. It's all going off into a void somewhere. Maybe they're not telling us because they don't want us to be mad at them. I don't know. But I just feel like...
but if they have a good reason for it that isn't just Simon spouted off about him being predictable, if they have a really good reason for it, I'm willing to listen.
Here's what I honestly kind of think it is. You look at the top 3, you've got a violinist, you've got a duo acrobat, and then you've got a dance group, effectively. That's the top 3.
Yeah.
I feel like some of these people who are the super fans might be of the pool of, you know what, I'm sick of all these singers doing really well on AGT, because we've had a lot of singers win AGT. And I get that, but you can't punish Marcelito Pomoy for the acts of Kevin Skinner, Michael Grimm, and Landau from so many years ago.
And they're not even in the same lane. Like,
no.
They're not even playing the same sport. This is completely different what Marcelito does with 2 voices compared to what a lot of other singers are only doing with 1 voice. This is something that is completely different to me.
And I feel like Marcelito is being punished because a lot of other singers have done really well, and they were like, okay, well, let's try to make sure that a singer didn't win it. Because I don't think it's a coincidence that Angelina is not in the top 5. We have 1 singer in the top 4. And I'm not usually somebody who comes on these videos and writes arts for singers, because I usually do get a little bit annoyed that there are so many singers that do really well. But these 2 are just... in another class. Marcelito.
And Marcelito's doing something that not other singers are doing. So we have a top 5 that have one singer in it who is singing 2 different voices.
Yeah.
It's not the same. And I don't know.
I think ultimately I have to think it's a few different things. I think it's the voters are getting swept away a little bit with Tyler's story. I think Simon probably influenced them a little bit, and I think there was an anti-singer thing going on. And that, to me, those are the 3 things to me that I think sunk Marcelito kind of unfairly. I wouldn't be spouting off if Marcelito finished second, because I was probably the most invested in him, but I love V.Unbeatable, and I'm not going to sit here and be salty that V.Unbeatable won.
Well, here's the thing for me. I want him to win. I have made that clear in every single video. I was riding the Marcelito wave until the end. I would have been okay if he had landed in first, second, or third with V.Unbeatable and duo Transcend. These 3 acts have brought it every single week and have raised the bar every single week. There is no universe in which Marcelito is not in that top 3 at least.
That is the thing that's frustrating.
What universe am I living in where this has happened?
You're in the darkest timeline. That is where we are at the moment, because I thought Marcelito was a lock for second at first. I love duo Transcend, but I thought Marcelito and V.Unbeatable were just like on another level of everyone else. And it wasn't that duo Transcend did anything wrong. It was just that I thought that those 2 were just so extraordinary. And yet here we are. I just think the reality is, and I think we have to remember this for almost every single AGT product that's out there, just sometimes they don't get it right. Sometimes the favorites don't win or finish second place or even third place. Sometimes great talents get screwed over. But guess what? There's the AGT television experience, and then there is the game of life of actually being successful outside the show.
Well, here's the thing, too, is even though he didn't win, they still got it right. As I said, there's a couple people... V.Unbeatable, Marcelito, if these guys, either one of them had won, I was going to be happy.
Yeah.
I am happy, and I know that I'm on this video and I'm being really salty because of what happened to Marcelito and where he got. But V.Unbeatable deserved their win.
Yeah, they did.
Like, their performances were so good. Even the one just tonight with Travis Barker, and just it wasn't even being judged for anything. Incredible. I just love them. So for that, the superfans did get that right. They deserved what they got. They deserved their win.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with V.Unbeatable winning at all, and I just think that really Marcelito's going to be fine in life. He's going to probably have millions upon millions more views. He's probably going to travel and tour all over the world. People are going to love him. Winning AGT the Champions or even finishing in his rightful spot, that's not the be-all, end-all for his career.
No. To me, the real win for Marcelito and Angelina is that they were on this show for us to have a chance to get to know them, for the people that have never heard of them before, because I'm a fan of Marcelito's for life. Like, you were talking about he's going to get millions of views.
Yeah, you may be all of them.
I may be all of them, because I've been watching Marcelito videos for weeks now since he was introduced to me on this show. I never heard of somebody doing what he does before. So I'm really thankful for this show and for giving him and all of these people an opportunity that I would have never heard about otherwise.
Well, here's the good thing. Before we finish up our coverage of AGT The Champion Season 2, we're going to go and we're going to react to one more Marcelito performance. We're going to run it back. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about everyone, or at least a few of the performances we like the most. But we had to get the results out there to you.
Absolutely. Tell us what you think. Anyone else out there salty about Marcelito? Anyone else out there happy about V.Unbeatable? What a great win they have.
Yeah, let us know if you like the finale, if you don't, if you think we're crazy, if you agree with us 100%. We don't care. We want to hear from you. And if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store. And we'll see you here next time.